Hello everyone, this is John Jenkins, and I'm here to bring you a video show. It's a Ruby video. I think I deleted my previous Ruby file or something like that. I lost it somewhere. So I'm going to have to redo a Ruby lecture. I'm going to have to redo a Ruby program that I started earlier. And so I'm going to have to redo the whole thing down. I'll move to the next step. So let's go ahead and get started on that right now. Thank you very much. Let's get started. Okay. Let me see. There. And let's see. Ruby classes 01 13 23 6. Alright, we're going to start from the beginning again. Okay. Okay. Class candidate. Actually, why don't I do this? Input equals get. Okay. Input equals gets. Why don't I say this? Save this as okay. .rb on desktop is .rb. On desktop is .rb. Okay. Oh yeah. So hold on a sec. So this is from Head First Ruby. Head First Ruby by Jay McGavran. Head First Ruby by Jay McGavran. You can get it at the library. It's pretty old. I think it was published. It was published in 2016. This edition was published in 2016. I'm not sure which edition this is, but yeah, the 2016 edition. So. Alright. No, that's not what I was looking for. Go back to the notepad. So, alright. Alright, so let's get started. Class candidate. Accessor. Name. No. Name. Age. Occupation. Hobby. Birthplace. Hobby, birthplace. Okay, death. Okay, is that a curly brace or is that a parenthesis? I think it's a parenthesis. No. Name. Age. Occupation. Hobby. Birthplace. Birthplace. Okay. Okay. Self dot name equals name. Realize that I'm using self and not this as in JavaScript. And this is very similar to Python in this respect. And there's no semicolons. Self patient equals occupation. Self.hobby equals hobby. Self.birthplace equals birthplace. Okay, end. All right. So that's the class candidate, and you're gonna put another so let's add okay. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. So I'm not sure if this. I don't think this has to be inside. I don't think this has to be inside this class because I think it's self-contained. So def print summary candidate. Okay. Okay. Why don't I do one thing? I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So let's get back to this programming. Okay. Def print summary candidate, and there's no in the book. There's no colon at the end of the line. There's no colon at the end of the function declaration. Puts candidate. Okay, and then put a hashtag and candidate name in the okay, puts age, and then candidate age. Okay. Puts I guess I can just go by the top up here, occupation, candidate occupation, and I capitalize this letter. That's going to cause an error. Okay, puts hobby. Okay, gotta put a colon right here. Hobby candidates hobby. Okay, puts birthplace. Okay. Candidate birthplace. Place. Okay. All right, so. Okay. Candidate 1 equals candidate new. Okay, candidate 1 equals candidate new. John A. Jenkins. Okay. I'll be 41. I'll be 41 this year. Shoot. I'll put 41. Programmer. Okay. Neil. Okay. Miami. I guess it's supposed to throw an error. I'm assuming it's supposed to throw an error. Okay, so file save. Let's see if I made any other errors. Let's see if I made any other errors. So I think it's supposed to throw an error. So I'm assuming this is just going to crash out. I'm assuming this is just going to crash out. Let's see. Alright, this is taking a little bit too long to load. Why don't I go ahead and load it again? Okay. Okay. Okay, let's see what happens if I load it in the Oh, it's not loading at all. Well, I guess I want to try this. I want to try this because I'm pretty sure this is hobby music. I save that up. Let's see if that changes things. No, there's something going on with this because this thing isn't even loading. This thing isn't even loading. Class candidate. Okay. This thing isn't even loading. I wonder what's causing that. This thing won't even load. Why don't I try to load this one? And no, it's not even loading, bro. I wonder what's going on here. I wonder what's going on. Maybe now the internet's on. The internet's still on. Ah, man. I don't know what's going on here, bro. The internet's still on and everything. Well, I don't know what's happening, but there's something going on with this because it's not doing what I need to do. I guess I have to shut down the computer and start it up again. I guess I have to restart the computer because this thing's supposed to be working. Maybe Windows 10 is no longer supported by Ruby. I don't know. Maybe Ruby dropped support of Windows 10. I don't know. I might have to do this on my laptop. Okay, birthplace. Wisconsin. Okay. Okay. I don't know what's going on with this stuff. I mean, usually even if there's an error, it'll still load up and show you what the error is. But this is just unprecedented. I don't know what's going on here, but I'm just gonna go ahead and I'll see what I can do with this. But for right now, I'll just have to leave it the way it is. Yeah. So let me check one thing. So, okay. Let me check one thing. J. Let me check to see if these Python files can still be loaded. Okay. 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 Yeah, they can still. I can still load the Python files. What about these other? Because actually, the crazy thing about it is, yeah. The crazy thing about it is I had already loaded a Ruby file when I started the video. I had already loaded a Ruby file before I started the video, so I know that Ruby still works. There's just something wrong with this particular file. I don't know what's going on with that. So there's just something wrong with that particular file. Maybe, let's see. Notepad, class candidate. So, yeah. Okay. Okay. I think what happened was that I think this is the mistake that I made. So I think I know what I did wrong. So print summary candidate one. It's usually when I have an error in programming, it's something that I forgot to add to the program. Okay, so there we go. So candidate John A. Jenkins, age 41, occupation programmer, hobby music, birthplace Wisconsin. Okay, that's all I wanted to do for this video. I was able to fix my little problem there quite easily, and yeah. So the hint was that my existing Ruby files all worked. So I had to look through this program again. I just figured it out that I probably just didn't call the. I was assuming that this def print summary was called automatically by the initialize function. You know, called separately by the initialize function, but it was an external function, and I had to call it manually. So I forgot to do that. So that's all I had to do for this video. It worked on the first try, well, after I fixed it. And now we're going to see what we can do. So I wanted to see what happens if I replace one of these with a nil. I wanted to see what happens if I replace one of these with a nil. File save. This is probably going to give me an error. No. Okay. So it doesn't give me an error. So it just. All right. Okay. All right. Sounds good. All right. Sounds good. All right. So that was the next step, and I'll move on from this step to create the next step after this. So have a great day, everyone, and goodbye.